Buckle up, motherfuckers. This is gonna be a longer video because this has got a good few parts to unlock this area. This has a boss that is one of the harder bosses, I think. You can sometimes get lucky and he won't do some of his moves as often. But we're not going to do this to fight the boss. You'll want to fight him eventually, especially if you plan on getting the expansion, because this is a required boss defeat in order for the expansion. I think the only other requirement for the expansion is to kill Radahn, which you've already done. That was the really big guy on the tiny horse. And then this is the other boss, because then after you beat him, this area will teleport you to the expansion. And I hope you do play the expansion. The expansion was absurdly good. I mean, it felt like a whole other Elden Ring game. It felt like Elden Ring 2. It just kind of expanded on the lore, which was pretty neat. The visuals are somehow even more impressive. But anyways, I'm not here to sell that to you. Okay, so we're gonna find out how to get this area, and you'll see why when I get there. So you don't have to go here, but I'm gonna go just to show you if I can remember. So the first step, this is where you first come out for the very first time into the world. And there was this guy standing right here that you talk to, and he basically says you ain't got no bitches. And then you see the big horse guy there, and then there's the first merchant, the merchant Kale that you run into. So we're gonna look for the guy that was here, because after a while he leaves this area and goes somewhere else. We need to find him again. He's part of a blood cult, and they're kind of some fucking weirdos. So so I was here. First step, I'm gonna come up to this area. It was all the kind of like swampy area. It had like the big crabs and big lobsters and shit. And I'm going to go to, I'm sure you have at least some of these graces. If you need to go to this Academy Gate Town one, fine. You may have the Fallen Runes one. If you have this one, that's ideal, because then it's bringing close. If you don't, if you have to come from up here, that's fine. You just gotta make your way down. Basically, this island right here. Now, if you haven't been to this island, this church won't show up yet, but you can kind of see like the little rectangle design there on the island if you zoom in. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that, and I'm gonna just come to the Fallen Ruins Lake. I'm gonna go to that church, and that's where we're gonna find the blood cult dude, if you haven't already found him there. Oh, and I got this sword too. I'll show you when you come over tomorrow. It's another intellect scaling sword. You don't have to beat anything for it. It's just kind of hidden, or not really hidden. It's just in a weird area. But it's skills and intellect. I don't have it leveled up at all. But it has an interesting move set. Like if you're actually just doing melee attacks, it's like a spin attack or something. I'll show you that when we come over. All right. I'm gonna go over to this church. Now my guy isn't here anymore because I already progressed this story. You'll find him again later. So he'll be standing right here. Ignore him for just a second. Come inside the church. You'll get invaded by a blood guy. He will do some pretty nasty bleed damage. Oh, he still comes. So watch out for his attacks, because he'll hit you a couple times, and all of a sudden you'll get a big chunk of health gone because of your blood. The bleed damage is really strong. It ignores armor and everything else. And that's again why I like this sword, because it does blood build up, and blood damage ignores armor. Anyways, so yeah, do that. I think there's a church item there, so it's worth grabbing. And then you'll come talk to this guy. Now he's a fucking weirdo. He will first, I think this is the first thing he does. I'll talk about both. Well, one of the things that he'll do is he'll give you. I think you got to talk to him a couple times. But he'll give you these items, the festering bloody fingers. And he'll say whatever he's going to say. And basically, all you have to do is you have to use it 3 times. And each time you use it, it'll make you... Oh, you can't. Oh, no. Maybe you can. Maybe there's a way around it. It makes you invade somebody. Shit. You may have to test this theory when you come over, but whatever. I'll send the video to you anyway. Yeah, basically you use 3 of these things and you invade 3 people, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You just have to use them. Use 3 of the fingers. Maybe you can still use them. I don't fucking know how it works. That would be crazy if you just can't do a whole section of the game because you don't have online. Anyways, yeah, so use that 3 times. And then he'll be like, oh, you're a freak like me. And you'll be like, sure, whatever, bro. And then he'll give you an item and say, hey, you have to betray and kill your own maiden. Well, as he jokingly made fun of you in the beginning of the game, you don't have a maiden. You're supposed to. Every, whatever we're called, I forgot what we're called, is supposed to have a maiden to guide them when they get here. Now we have that other lady helping us out, but she's not technically a maiden. So we have to soak the cloth that he gives us in the blood of a maiden. Well, we gotta find one. You probably don't remember because it was such a subtle thing, but in the very, very, very beginning of the game, when you fight that big, crazy boss with lots of arms, there was a dead maiden where we spawned, and that was supposed to have been our maiden. So we're going to go find her and soak up some of her blood. To do that, you'll go from here. I think there is a way up somewhere, like right here. I'll run over there and see for sure. But we need to follow along this path to this race. Sorry, I can't think. I'm in CFI school. I'm in flight instructor school, and it's the most intense thing. It's 8 hours a day of like classroom setting, but on Zoom, and it's just the most boring fucking shit. And there's so much of it. I'm just so drained. So I'm not. My brain isn't working too well. But anyways, yeah. So if you don't have this Grace, then you'll need to probably run to around this area. I'll run over there real fast and see if it's what I think it is. But either way, you just have to like make your way up onto this path. If you do have, that's you texting me. If you do have this Grace, great. You may already have the 4 Belfries Grace. That's where we're going. So if you have that, awesome. Just go there and just skip the next minute or so of this video. But I'm gonna run over here right now. Oh, I don't have that Grace. There's so many like really weird random Graces in this area. Also items. Like, there's just really like randomly placed items. Some of them are worth grabbing. I think there's quite a few different upgrade items, both for regular weapons and for magic weapons. Gotta watch out for the lobsters, man. They'll fuck you up. I'm still scared of lobsters because of this game. Is there something on this? I don't know. Might have been. Okay, yeah, so that's right. So where I marked it in this area, you can get back on this pathway. Teleport up to here real fast. And at this Grace, there's a fork in the road. You can go left, you can go right. We're going to go the right way. Up here. There are a couple invisible giants, or ghosty giants. I don't know. You can fight them or you can run past them. You'll probably kill them pretty easily if you fight them. But otherwise, just follow this road. Okay, so be careful. There is a left turn here, and we want to keep to the right as much as possible along this path. There's one more. So there's these big towers. We're just gonna run to the right and all the way up to this tippy top area. There's gonna be a grace up here. I'm gonna stop at that just so that giant will stop chasing me. And if you did have online and you get like these items to use to be able to summon people, this is a great, like, I wouldn't want to say farming place, but I guess it is, because there's at least 3 or 4 or 5 that will spawn here, and literally you can just rest the grace and they reset and you can just collect these flowers. But you don't do that. Alright, so there's a treasure chest here. You probably already have this item, or at least one of them. I think there's only 4 in the game, but there's a free one right here, so you need to grab that if you don't have one. And it's the sword stone keys, but it's a magical one. Where do I have them? I don't remember. Oh, not here. Wherefore art thou keys? Son of a bitch. Around here. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's the regular sword stone keys, and then you have the imbued sword key, and these are the ones you can only use on these buildings here. And this place is called the 4 Belfries. There are 4 towers, and I think 3 of them will teleport you to secret areas that are really like limited areas, but they have bosses or really rare items or things like that. So that's the top tower that has a key if you don't already have one. We're going to just come down and come to this very first one right here. There are, like I said, there's 2 more. There's one right there and one down there. You can go there eventually too, but those are some like end-game level bosses areas. I wouldn't suggest doing right now. You just put the key in here, and it unlocks this teleporter. And then you just go in. And this will allow you, well, first, yeah, you teleport here, you're going to see those pretty butterflies. Whatever you do, don't go grab them. You can try for funsies, but there's no grace here, so be careful. But don't go grab them. Normally, it may just be lagging right now, but normally there are blood splatters covering this area because of people that wanted to grab those butterflies. Anyways, I'm going to cross the bridge. You'll see a big boss wall here, I think. And this is where we fight that boss the very, very first time. He jumps in over here. He'll be here waiting for you. You're going to fuck him up pretty fast and easy. And then we're going to keep running back to where we spawn when we started the game. There's no items around here, so you don't have to like search behind these walls or anything. There's nothing here. There may be an item in here, but I don't think so. Anyways, dead bitch is right here. She was supposed to be your own personal maiden, whatever that means. You'll just come up to her, click on her, and you'll soak the rag in blood. And that's all you need to do here. You don't have to run back or anything. There is no grace on this island. You can only get to it through that teleporter. Then we're going to go back to the creepy guy. And I'm not going to run over there, but yeah, you would run over there, give him the thing, give him the rag with her period blood all over it, and he will give you an item. I think you have to talk to him a couple of times because he's got some pretty exhaustive dialogue. But he's going to give you this item, the Pure Blood Knight's Medal. And the description just says it gives you an audience with Mohg. And he tells you, don't use it. Whatever you do, don't use it yet. We're not ready. Fuck him, we're using it. I don't think there's any reason in the game to actually not use it. I don't know why he so adamantly tells you not to, other than he's just a weird cult member. Yeah, you'll use the item. And it will teleport you to that underground island. Cool. Mogwin's Palace. Oops, sorry, it doesn't let you. Just climb these stairs. You'll see there's a whole area behind you. Just climb up these stairs because there's a grace. There's a grace, there's a summon thing. Going up those stairs will lead you to the actual zone where you gotta do all this crazy shit to fight the boss. Don't do that yet. We're gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna run over here and jump off this cliff. It's very important that you mount up, because there's some big ass things we're not gonna fight, we're gonna run away from. It's a little tricky, but you can see on the map how there's not really a road, but there is kind of a path around. We have these big rocks, so just kind of hug this wall as much as you can. You're going to see items out here. By all means, if you want to try to go grab them, I don't think there's any that are really exceptional. There might be a couple useful ones that are, I don't even know. But you might die if you try to grab them. Maybe not. You're over 100. But you'll see why in just a second when I start running. But otherwise, hug the wall to the right, and then when you come out of it here, basically when you kind of come around, then travel over to this wall. Don't keep coming this way. You can. There are some really tough mobs here, even some dudes that'll invade you that are really difficult battles. Again, you can do them if you want, but they're not necessary for this. So when I come around this thing, I'm going to go straight over to this other wall and then follow it as far as I can. Up a hill, you'll see when I do it, and then there's a grace. So that's what we're going to do. Follow this all the way to the right. Well, maybe they won't spawn because I'm just so close. But some really big motherfuckers spawn and can sometimes one-shot you. Yeah, these big guys. And there's a bunch of them if you try to go get those items. All right, so like I said, don't keep following it to the right. Just when you see the bloody water, just run all the way over to the other side, and then we're just gonna follow that wall. So I'm gonna turn right to follow that wall. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. I'm just gonna keep following this wall. Oh no, see, I fucked up. God damn it. Oh god. See, it made me get off the horse. If that happens, get the fuck out of there. Oh, it's too late. I'm already invaded. Alright, watch me get my ass beat probably. Maybe not. I'm kind of overleveled. This hammer has great knockdown damage. Now, if you ever create a blood character, exclusively blood character, you do have to fight this guy and a couple of others just like him, I think 2 others, to get some really good blood items to increase your spec, but I'm not doing that on here, so I don't want to. Alright, so if I had fucked up, kept going over to the far wall there. There's a spell in there and something. You can get that if you want. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. This kind of entryway right here. And you can see it's kind of going uphill. These guys aren't difficult. There are a bunch of them, and they do kind of like do these weird cartwheels with spikes. So I'm just gonna go right past them to find this Grace and rest at it. Okay, so I brought you here to show you the best cheese in the game, and it's up to you if you want to take advantage of this. I will. Some people will just do this and farm it for hours and hours and hours. I don't do that. I normally come here when I'm like level 80 or 90, and I'll do it till I'm like level 100, which really doesn't take very long. But this is where people will level up. So I need to equip a bow, and you probably already have arrows equipped. If you don't, you can just equip them. You probably already have a bunch, but you don't need very many. So I'm going to equip a bow. You have the dexterity for a bow. That's not a problem. They're a really basic bow. You probably at least have the short bow. You may have picked up some others. It doesn't matter which bow you use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip that and hit R1 to two-hand it, and then you can aim with L1 and then shoot with R1 and play around with it. You'll get it. There's that big fucking ugly bird. I'm going to hold down R1 to pull back and shoot him, and he's going to run and fall off a cliff, and I'm going to get a free 11,000 souls. And then I rest at the Grace, and I respawns him, and I just do it again. After a little bit, you'll get good at doing it fast. At first, it'll take you time. Sometimes you'll accidentally like shoot the tree, and you have to like angle it just right. But yeah, so you can keep doing this. Now, if you use, I don't know if I have any more. Oh yeah, the gold pickle foot, foul foot. That will increase your souls that you get. And I think the last time you were here, I got you. I don't have it, but there is the golden scarab talisman. Equip that, and that will also increase the amount of souls. And I think you can get, so like I got 11,000 without any of those two things. I think you can get like 15 to 17,000 per kill with both of those things equipped. So that helps. You could do that a few times and gain a few like free levels. Like I said, it's up to you if you want to sit here and do what some people do and just do it for hours and hours and hours. I don't have the patience for that. But yeah, it's up to you. So yeah, this is a great way to get a free couple levels if you have some more points you want to put into something. But that's totally up to you. But anyways, so after this place is unlocked, there again you can come back to this Grace and you can do this zone. It's not really long. You're just in this kind of castle. There's some pretty tough bleed damage enemies in it, but it's otherwise not very long. That's also where you'll potentially find the creepy guy again, because this is the god that he worships and is in the cult of the Blood Cult. It's a pretty cool boss fight, though. He does some really interesting stuff that other bosses don't do, and I like it. It's just a difficult fight. I just haven't done it yet on this character. But yeah, sorry for being super long-winded. So my brain is fried. I did my best. But yeah, definitely unlock this area, even if you don't want to do the cheese. Unlock this area anyways, because like I said, there's some good stuff all around. There are a ton of items, even in that area that I turn away from. There are a lot of like rarer items in that area. There's just a bunch of those giant birds, and I think there's 3 of those guys that will invade you, and they can be kind of challenging sometimes. They're like really fast, have quick attacks, and they have bleed damage, which again eats through armor like it's nothing. I think there's also a seed down there. I don't think I grabbed it yet. I think I see a little golden tree, so there's a seed for your flask if you need one of those. Yeah, check it out. Text me if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.